Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing.
Now, steps for writing algebraic expressions. First, we have to read for understanding, define the variable. Now, translate words into numbers, variables, operations, and then write as an expression. So here's our first example. Let's say we are going to create an expression for 2 times a number plus 5. Now first, let's define the variable. Let's say n will be our number. Now translate words into numbers or variables. So 2 times a number plus 5. So 2 times is a multiplication. I'm going to use dot. A number, now we define the number here as a variable n plus 5. Then we can now create the expression. This is equal to 2n plus 5. Next, the product of 5 and a number increased by 7. So let's define the variable. Again, let's use the variable n. Product of 5. So we have here a product between 5 and a number. So we are going to use n for the number, but it is being increased by 7. So plus 7. So the product of 5 and n is being increased by 7. So create expression, it's 5n plus 7. 9 fewer than 4 times a number. Alright, be careful with the phrase fewer than. Let's again define the variable. We are going to use n again as the variable. If you want, you can use x, y, or any letter that you wish to use. Now let's translate 9 fewer than 4 times a number. So I have a 9 here. 4 times a number means 4 times n. Now remember, we have the fewer than here, so we have to read this, or we have to write this backwards. It should be 4n minus 9. So the expression will be 4n minus 9, or 4 times n minus 9. Next, the absolute value of the difference of twice a number and 5. Again, let's first define the variable. The variable that we are going to use is n. So we have here the absolute value. Okay? So the absolute value of what? The difference of twice a number and 5. So absolute value of a difference, so I have a subtraction, and we are trying to subtract twice a number and 5. So the expression is the absolute value of 2n minus 5. Alright, last example. The cube root of m subtracted from the quotient of the cube root of the product of 2 and s and 10. They gave us the letter that we have to use. So we have the variable m, and we have the variable s. So the variable will be m and s. Okay, first, let's translate the cube root of m. So it's just cube root of m. Now this expression is subtracted from the quotient. So it's being subtracted from something. Now, what is this something here? It is actually this. So we have a quotient. So quotient means division. So you will have a numerator and a denominator. Now what will be your numerator here? Now quotient of what? Cube root of, so I have here cube root of the product of 2 and s. Now remember, we have a quotient, so there should be a denominator, and the denominator here will be your, alright, so it's cube root of the product of 2 and s. Now since we have a quotient, the denominator should be equal to 10. It's like saying the quotient of this and this. So this will be your numerator divided by your denominator. It just so happened that your numerator has again another operation, which is a product or a cube root of the product of 2 and s. Now the expression will now be cube root of 2s divided by 10. Alright, take note that if you have 7 less than x, that's just x minus 7. 9 fewer than twice p. Now remember, fewer than, we have to write this backwards. 2 times p minus y. A number to the third power, that's just exponent raised to 3. A number raised to the power of 5, that's just x raised to 5. 1/3 the cube of a number. So 1/3 times the cube of a number. Or we can write this as x cubed divided by 3. 3/4 the squared of a number. So we have 3/4 times the squared of a number. Or we can write this as 3x squared divided by 4. Okay, let's have more examples. Which of the following expressions represents 7 times a number decreased by 13? Remember, we have the operation decrease here. It says 7 times a number. So that's 7 times x. decrease, that's minus, by 13. So the correct answer should be letter or number 2. Next, 28 less than 3 times a number. Okay, be careful with the phrase less than here. So we have 28 less than 3 times a number. So 28, we know it's minus 3 times a number. So 3 times x, but remember we have to write this backwards. So 3x minus 28. So the correct answer is number 2.
Yo.